Thank you so much for joining us. India is now on its way to start a collaboration with France to co-develop a new powerful jet engine for its indigenous fifth-generation stealth fighter. Along with that, the collaboration will also boost partnership and promote other futuristic developments. My colleague Aditya Vadhavan is in fact joining us on the broadcast. Aditya, take us through this collaboration that we're expecting between India and France with regards to the defense sector.
Well, absolutely, Malvika. You see, India and France have been a long time defense partners, and France has, given us a great number of Rafales in the past, also Rafale aircrafts, and recently, what has happened that Prime Minister Narendra Modi received a call from French President Emmanuel Macron, and particularly if we are to believe, this could be one of the discussion point that happened during the telephonic call between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and French President Emmanuel Macron. So, already, now this is a very welcome move that, both India and France will collaborate, to develop new technology, new engine technology for the fifth generation aircrafts. This could also involve the upgradation of the already existing Rafales, which France has given to India, which were also used during the, our Operation Sindoor. So at this juncture, if you see, we can expect a further robust cooperation between India and France, as far as the defense sector is concerned, and we could expect that there could be, some changes to the technology as far as the fifth generation Rafale aircraft is concerned, because both the countries will collaborate to jointly develop new technologies. Malvika.
Well, thank you, Aditya. I also have Group Captain UK Devnath, former Air Force officer, joining me on the broadcast. So thank you for taking the time to sit with us here on NewsX. We're seeing, of course, a big announcement by the Defense Minister. This collaboration between India and France, where India is on its way to develop fifth generation fighter jets. So how are you viewing this with regards to when it comes to India's capabilities in the defense sector, and of course further collaborations with France that we can also expect once we take a look at this collaboration that we're expecting?
Oh yes, Malvika, great development as far as defense technology is concerned. India is rapidly developing AMCA advanced medium combat aircraft. Timelines are by 2030, the prototype will be flying, and by 2035, it will be inducted into Indian Air Force. We need a good engine for it. Initial batches of AMCA will be flying with the US produced General Electric F414 engine. These develop a thrust of around 98 kilonewton. Now we want the aircraft to carry heavy ordnance also. Therefore, we are looking around for a more powerful engine. And after a competition between GE and Safran and British Rolls-Royce, it was decided by Government of India to go ahead with the Safran. Joint venture will be with HAL and GTRE, Gas Turbine Research Establishment in Koraput. This engine will be jointly developed in India and will develop a thrust of 120 kilonewtons. Two engines will be utilized in each AMCA. The fact remains that we need a jet engine. Kaveri project did not proceed smoothly. Kaveri engine, which was developed by GTRE only, it is a little too heavy and it is a little underpowered. Therefore, it could not be used on Tejas as well. Another good thing is that though initial batches we have to resort to F414 GE engine for AMCA, but after initial 2 squadron, subsequent 5 squadrons of AMCA will be on this Safran engine. So probably we must diversify our sources and not put all apples in one basket. At present, our Tejas Mark 1, Tejas Mark 1A, and maybe in future Tejas Mark 2, all are depending upon GE F414 engine. So a little diversification will be better for India in the long term in strategic terms.
Well, sir, we've also been seeing this push for Atmanirbhar defense. Of course, the defense minister as well as the central government in fact is driving this indigenous defense push. So with regards to now this fifth generation stealth jet that we are expecting to be developed, where we are seeing that the manufacturing process and everything is going to take place in India, how do you view, where would you say that places us with regards to our way towards a fully indigenous development of our own defense sector?
Yes, Malvika, AMCA will be almost a fifth generation stealth fighter aircraft. Great improvement. Only few countries in world at present, like USA, USSR, USA, Russia, China, can boast of having a fifth generation stealth fighter aircraft. Indian Air Force does need a stealth fighter aircraft soonest, because Chinese Air Force is already flying J-20 and J-35 variants in Tibet. And as per sources, China is very soon going to supply 2 squadrons of J-35 stealth fighter Viman to Pakistan Air Force. So definitely we need to quickly have our own capability. Make in India is making huge progress. When we developed AMCA, it will be almost 70% components will be sourced from Indian PSUs, PSCs and private entrepreneurs. And as soon as we make Safran engine also in India, almost 82% of AMCA will be manufactured in India. So great strides, Malvika.
Well, sir, as you spoke about Make in India, of course, what we heard the defense minister also say is that Make in India is not just about, India itself, it's also about the foreign investments and all that we will be receiving. So do you think that this is then another big step towards that realization as well?
Malvika, good news is in last 10 years, huge amount of foreign investors have shown interest in Indian defense manufacturing industries. If we remember, 10 years ago, our exports of defense equipment was just about 700 crore rupees, which today it has crossed 35,000 crore rupees. Countries are showing huge amount of interest in our weapon systems indigenously developed, like Akash, BrahMos, and now in Tejas. AMCA, as and when it comes up, definitely it will create a lot of interest in other countries, especially third world countries and global south countries, who are looking forward to owning their own fifth generation stealth fighters in another 10 or 20 years to come. Once AMCA gets inducted, initial batch around 2035 in Indian Air Force, all our aircraft will be all 7 squadrons will be equipped by 2045. So probably 2050 is a very good timeline, after which we'll be able to export if required, and if government agrees. It will be a political decision to export AMCA to third world clients. Yes, Malika.
Well, sir, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast with your updates and perspective as well. But that's all for this bulletin.